What's up, YouTube? It's boy Lewis. So back here again for another video. And today we got a video uploaded by Cosmic Wonder. This one's called Eternals 2 Post-Credit Scenes Teased by Director Galactus, X-Men, all of the above. Anyways, we're gonna see what he's talking about with this. The director apparently teases a couple post-credit scenes. Let's see what they may be potentially exploring in the MCU after this movie. How was your day? Hopefully it was pretty good. Mine was pretty straight. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU.
Got a little...
And the Eternals is right around the corner. We actually have less than a month until this epic movie comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm gonna try and do as many Eternals videos as I can before I see it on Monday. I'll be at the
in the beginning.
We
just watched that Future App.
This movie is going to change the MCU in a really, really big way. In fact, it's pretty much confirmed to change how we view the MCU in its entirety. In this movie, we're going to be dealing with the gods of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Celestials? Gods. Of course, they created the Eternals, and they are going to be a pretty significant part of this
You think
film.
they'll make Galactus a Celestial?
Introduce the Eternals in two different
or will it be
ways.
like an entity of the universe combines with them like they did in the comics?
And then, of course, they're going to show us what they are up to now in present time in the MCU. And we kind of know when the Eternals takes place in the MCU, which I'll talk about in a bit. And we know the official runtime of
after
the Eternals
snap, right?
film. And the main point of this video, we have a little bit of a teaser for the post-credit scenes. Director Chloe Zhao came out in a recent interview and teased them just a little bit. So we're going to break all this down about the Eternals in this video. If you're new, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Eternals and MCU videos. So there are already a ton of theories going around out there about the Eternals.
X-Men,
truly
Galactus,
so much can happen with the Eternals. Now, the origin of the Eternals isn't probably going to be 100% the same, but it does still look like the Celestials created them. We're not sure if they also created the deviants as well, even though they did in the comics, but the X-Men are kind of an offspring of the Eternals and the deviants in the comics, which is one thing that a lot of people are hoping could happen in the film, type of mutants or X-Men coming to life in the MCU. And although Marvel had...
They do that, I might die, bro. If they like... I say there's like a post-credit scene, something like that. And say a lot of people are talking about the emergence. Saying it wasn't the deviants arising, but instead it was like something else is happening that we don't know about until we see the movie. I don't know, maybe that could be the case. Anyways, though, say one post-credit scene, say it's like, when we first arrived here, our energy or something like that, or the birth, or like, apparently there's a theory that a Celestial is also in Earth. Say like the energy he gave off somehow mutated. See what I'm getting here? Mutated a certain area, a gene or a mutation in certain people's like chemistry, body chemistry or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then that is like teased in a post-credit scene, and then like there's just so many places this could go. And then I've even talked about like Galactus and all this other stuff that could also like be
as pretty much for the most part with their Disney Plus shows and movies that have come out, stuck to really focusing on the characters and the story of the actual film, in which this film has plenty of characters to focus on, even though they've done this.
And it's a long movie. It's like 2 hours and 30 something minutes long.
They have still left a lot of room in the post-credit scenes for films and shows to set up future events in the MCU. And it is confirmed Eternals is going to be no different like we expected. They are going to be not one, but two post-credit scenes for the Eternals, and apparently they are going to be pretty big, which really is no surprise considering the fact that this movie is also going to be really, really big. But in a recent interview with Fandango, director Chloe Zhao gave us a little bit of a teaser for these two post-credit scenes. When asked if the Eternals has a post-credit scene, she replied with, "Yes. Don't just stay for the first one, also stay for the second one too. They are equally as important in weight and both have big surprises for you." This is big because the Eternals actually have the potential to explore more than what we actually know in the MCU. The Celestials who created the Eternals are ancient godlike beings, and the Eternals were sent to Earth from somewhere. In the trailers, we can literally see the Eternals arriving at Earth.
Is it from
in the
Titan?
comics, they are from a place called Olympia. Could they perhaps be from Olympia in the MCU as well? But the point is that these post-credit scenes can really, really be huge. The Celestials are cosmic beings, and the Eternals is the first time that we're really going to focus on cosmic beings. Yes, we've been introduced to them before, like in Guardians of the Galaxy, but this is the first time that we're actually going to see them interact with characters that we are actively watching, not previews or clips of the past. But this opens the door up for a lot of things to possibly be talked about in the post-credit scene. And the first thing that comes to my mind, and I know everybody is thinking about it, is Galactus. Especially if you consider the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And I won't dive into huge details about the post-credit.
I forgot about that post-credit scene.
For that, we know the rings are calling somebody. They sent out a beacon, so something is coming to Earth. And we know that Galactus kind of follows beacons in a way. He follows beacons that are sent out by his heralds.
That's big, though. I don't know.
Could the rings possibly have belonged to one of his heralds at some point in time? And now, since they are activated, could they be calling somebody like Galactus? Primarily,
no, I was about to. I thought I had a point and I didn't. I was about to somehow tie this into be like, oh, maybe it's like alerting Galactus that he needs a new herald or that one of his heralds had passed or something. I don't know how that would make any sense though. You know what I'm saying? I just really want to see the Silver Surfer, to be honest. I really want to. I think he's like a really cool character. I just want to see Silver Surfer, and he has to be voiced by the same guy who did him in the Fantastic Four film, Rise of the Silver Surfer. His voice is epic. What's his name? Shoot, it's the guy. It's not the Morpheus guy, is it? I forgot his name.
Cosmic entity, because this actually would not be the first time that we've seen some sort of a weapon made by or given to humans by a cosmic entity. In fact, the Power Stone at one point in time was used by Esson the Searcher. And we're not really sure how Esson the Searcher lost it or why he would have given it up. But I'm sure that is actually something we'll definitely learn in the Eternals. Also, in Doctor Strange, we learned that Mordo uses the staff of the Living Tribunal. He literally calls it by its name. He says Living Tribunal. And in the
Lawrence
Fishburne,
Fishburne.
we also saw some.
Lawrence Fishburne has to do a voice. You know what I'm saying? A different actor could be doing all the like movements and stuff, but I want Lawrence Fishburne to do the voice. He has such a great voice. The world you know is at an end. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even do it, but it's like, it's good voice.
Statues of the heads of the Living Tribunal, because the Living Tribunal has 3 heads. So could a cosmic entity have made the 10 rings?
Maybe.
Could Galactus have given the 10 rings to one of his heralds like he gives some of the power cosmic to them in the comics? Since the rings are so powerful, I'm betting that some type of cosmic entity did indeed make them. And perhaps this is something that we could see
that,
in the Eternals,
or
if not,
maybe the Eternals created them. I don't know.
And even if it has nothing to do with the 10 rings, in the Eternals trailer, they do mention that on Earth, the return of half the population provided the necessary energy for the emergence to begin. Now, we don't really know what the emergence is at this point. We presume that it has something to do with the deviants or the Celestials. But the big thing to take away here is energy. Galactus feeds off of energy. That is why he devours planets to harness the energy of the planets. And if the deviants or Celestials are noticing this energy, there's a good chance that Galactus could be noticing it as well. This would be a really good setup in the Eternals post-credit scene, showing us Galactus has noticed this energy and is on his way. And of course, if it does go somewhat of the comic book route, there is a possibility that one of the post-credits could set up mutants. Back in 2019, San Diego Comic-Con, the president of Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, did announce that the mutants were coming. Now, he announced them with the Fantastic Four, and it has been revealed that the Fantastic Four has already begun pre-production over at Marvel Studios, which means the mutants probably aren't far behind them. If the Eternals and Deviants really are humans that were genetically experimented on, that does open the door up for the mutants to come to the MCU, and that could be one of these post-credit scenes. Really, with a movie like the Eternals, the possibilities are almost endless. But I think one of them probably has something to do with the Black Knight.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Harrington is going to be playing Dean Whitman, aka the Black Knight. However, it has been confirmed that in the Eternals we are only going to see Dane Whitman, and he will not take on the mantle of Black Knight in the film.
Not yet.
However, that does not mean that they can't set him up to take on that mantle in the post-credit scene. And since they clearly have plans for Kit Harington's Dane Whitman to become the Black Knight at some point in time in the MCU, I would not be surprised at all if that is what one of these post-credit scenes are. Now,
okay, that makes sense.
Getting a lot in the Eternals. In fact, it's going to be the second longest MCU movie in history, right under Avengers Endgame. In that same interview with Fandango, Chloe Zhao commented on the long runtime of 2 hours and 36 minutes, which exceeds Avengers Infinity War. And she replied, it could be longer. You know, it's 10 characters.
I'm all for it. I don't care. I'm all for it. Go ahead. Make it longer. If it was 3 hours, I would still watch it. It's Marvel, bro.
Celestials in 7,000 years. There's a lot going on. And the Eternals have been around for 7,000 years, so they are going to explore a lot. And it's been confirmed that there essentially are 2 different stories happening in the Eternals film. 1, before everything happened in Avengers Endgame, and 2, post-Avengers Endgame. So get ready to learn a lot. Again, this movie is going to be very, very important. And as far as when this film takes place, producer Nate Moore kind of talked about that. Now, in the final trailer, Ajax mentions that 5 years ago, Thanos snapped away half the population of the universe. So we know that it's not too long after Avengers Endgame, but Nate Moore recently spoke about how the Eternals could connect to the current MCU, in which he said, it could be concurrent to Spider-Man Far From Home. Again, they sort of operate on a different system, although Far From Home does take place in London, ironically. So it's sort of an undefined time. I don't think it's years have not passed, I will say that. So it looks like this film could take place around the same time as Spider-Man Far From Home, which means this probably takes place around 8 months after the blip. 8 months after Iron Man snapped. So it looks like we're definitely in for a pretty huge and impactful movie in the MCU with the Eternals. Be sure to let me know what you think about this video and leave all of your theories of what these post-credit scenes could be in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof, woof.
All right, man. Warren has said it here, man. Like I said, man, there's just so many theories and ideas and potential avenues that can go with this movie. Like, is this off the, like, it's crazy where this could potentially lead. I feel like so many people aren't necessarily excited for this movie because they're not unsure of the characters, but a lot of us who I'm not gonna say just know the character, but we know what this could mean for the future of the MCU are very excited about this. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all let me know down below in the comments, man. What potential theories and you know what I'm saying, ideas do you guys want to see come to play in Eternals, or what do you think may happen? What are some of your predictions? Y'all let me know down below. I wouldn't mind having a discussion with you guys in the comments, man. With that being said, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Warren, aka Cosmic Wonder. Make sure you go over to his video, man. Make sure you go to his page, like the video, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notifications so you get notification. Then come back over here and do the same. With that being said, follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram. We were so same as YouTube channel. There you can send me stuff to write to. With that being said, peace.